Imagine being trapped in total darkness for 4 days. Your body is cold, your family has lost all hope, and your story has supposedly ended. But then, a voice shatters the silence of the grave, commanding the impossible. This is the resurrection of Lazarus, the most shocking miracle ever recorded. But have you ever wondered what he actually saw on the other side? Why did he never smile again after his return? Today we uncover the terrifying and glorious truth behind the resurrection of Lazarus that the world was never meant to know. Lazarus didn't just wake up from a nap, he was deeply gone, and his body had already begun to decay. When we talk about the resurrection of Lazarus, we are talking about a man who walked between two worlds. The atmosphere in Bethany was thick with the scent of death, until the Master arrived to change history forever. If you are enjoying this mystery, please like this video and subscribe to the channel to discover more hidden secrets of history. According to ancient traditions, the resurrection of Lazarus left him with a haunting perspective. He had tasted paradise, and coming back to a world of pain was his greatest challenge. He became a living testimony, a man who died twice but lived forever in the memory of mankind. I want to ask you something. If you could come back from the afterlife, what is the first thing you would say to your loved ones? Let me know in the comments. I'll be reading you. The religious leaders of the time were terrified. The resurrection of Lazarus was so powerful that they didn't just want to kill the one who performed the miracle, they wanted to kill Lazarus again, to destroy the evidence. This shows us that a powerful testimony will always face opposition. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you want to support more content like this. The delay in this story is perhaps the most mysterious part. Many wonder why the journey was put on hold while a friend was suffering. In the context of the resurrection of Lazarus, the wait was intentional. It was designed to prove that no medical or natural explanation could account for what was about to happen. By the time the tomb was reached, the situation was biologically impossible to reverse. This is why the resurrection of Lazarus is considered the ultimate sign. It wasn't just a healing, it was a total restoration of a body that had already begun to return to the dust of the earth. If you believe that everything happens for a reason, even the delays, type "I believe" in the comments below. I want to see how many of you have experienced a miracle after a long wait. When the stone was rolled away, the stench of death was present, reminding everyone of the finality of the grave. Yet the resurrection of Lazarus proved that even the most physical laws of the universe bow to a higher authority. It was a moment where eternity broke into time. Witnesses described the scene as something out of a dream. A man bound in burial cloths, shuffling out of a cave where life should have been impossible. The resurrection of Lazarus forced everyone present to choose. Would they accept the impossible or stay blinded by their own fear? Make sure to subscribe and like the video right now so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world's greatest mysteries. Historical accounts suggest that after the resurrection of Lazarus, he was never the same. He carried a certain silence with him, as if his ears were still tuned to the music of another realm. Living in a mortal body again felt like wearing old, heavy clothes after being draped in light. There is a fascinating legend that says the only time he smiled was when he saw someone stealing a clay pot. He laughed because he realized how insignificant material things are compared to what he saw during the resurrection of Lazarus. To him, the world had become transparent. What do you think is the most important thing in life? Is it money, fame, or something eternal? Share your thoughts in the comments so we can discuss the true meaning of our existence. The impact of the resurrection of Lazarus spread far beyond the small village of Bethany. It became a political nightmare for the Roman and Jewish authorities. A man who could conquer death was a man who could not be controlled by the fear of the state. This event served as a direct precursor to the events of Holy Week. Without the resurrection of Lazarus, the crowds might not have gathered with such intensity in Jerusalem. He was the living proof, the walking miracle that set the stage for the final sacrifice. If you are finding this information fascinating, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more daily videos. Some scholars believe that the resurrection of Lazarus was a necessary preparation for his sisters, Mary and Martha. They had to learn that faith is not just about believing in a future hope, but believing in a present power that can change any circumstance right now. Even today, pilgrims visit the site believed to be his tomb. They stand in the same spot where the resurrection of Lazarus occurred, trying to catch a glimpse of that ancient power. It remains a place of deep spiritual energy and unanswered questions. If you could visit any ancient site in the world to see where a miracle happened, which one would you choose? Tell me in the comments and let's see which place is the most popular. The story concludes with a man who lived his second life with total purpose. He eventually fled to Cyprus to escape those who wanted to silence him. There, he became a leader, still carrying the marks of the resurrection of Lazarus in his very soul. He knew that his second death would not be an end, but a return. Because of the resurrection of Lazarus, he no longer feared the shadow of the grave. He knew exactly where he was going, and he knew that the voice that called him once would call him again. This miracle remains the ultimate proof of power over the grave. The resurrection of Lazarus teaches us that even when the stone is sealed, the story isn't over. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched you, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more incredible content. Now tell me in the comments, what was your favorite part of this story? What did you learn today about life and death? I can't wait to read your thoughts.